Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, depending on where you are in this world. This is Hejin Lee with an update for Bitcoin this evening. So we pretty much left it off here in the morning analysis, and it's just flicking around. There is really not too much to really add. There are some other things that I want to talk about, but just to tackle this, if we put aside some of the labels here, and get rid of those lines, get a little more cleaner shot. I'm beginning to think that this is going to be a little more longer than what we think, because I'm not really seeing, how should I say, gusto risings. So while he incrementally goes up little by little by little, I'm thinking that we can get a scenario like this. Okay. We'll call this the bullish piercing, if you will. So we're not, what I'm basically saying is if this was 3 here, we're not done with 4 yet, and 4 will probably be complete here, let's say. So collect that, and we can call this. So what I'm thinking is that this is an ascending right triangle, and we may see one more dip and up, or touch the upper line and then dip and up and go towards putting in the wave 5. So now as time has elapsed, I move this to the right, oops, let's calculate the minimum price travel for this. To do that, I have a draw a parallel line to this ascending line. One thing so then what I do, I take another line and draw from the apex, which is where the 2 lines of the triangle intersect. From there, I draw a vertical line up straight until it meets the parallel line. That is how I calculate the minimum travel. Not too different from what I have it here. We can put it like so. So this is the pattern. Now I'm going to add the Elliott waves. I could take the shape of that now. Jeez, no. I keep forgetting to click it first. I have now so many freaking sub-labels, it's not even funny. Okay, so this is what I have for now. Let's see what happens overnight. I mean, the price has been just meandering laterally, which tells me now that this ascending right triangle is looking primary. Let's see what happens overnight. Okay, now I want to go a little more long term. And what I mean by, so I have a logarithmic chart now. It normalizes the price travel a little better, especially for longer term perspective. We've discussed the cup and handle quite often. And the primary component of the cup and handle is the cup part. Just like what you see here, like this. Okay. But this one doesn't really have a handle. I could kind of say, let me redraw this one more time. I could kind of say that it does have a bit of a handle. Maybe I could say there was a handle here. There was a small handle. But I do know this, so let's now draw a line from the beginning left highest point and just draw a line across it to the other side. All right, so what's significant about this rounding bottom, the bowl shaped, is that it really serves as a launching pad. Just like it did for cup and handle. It serves as a launching pad. Ignition's light. You can see the clouds coming off, ready to take off. And then it takes off. Notice how here, even here, we saw vertical. Notice how here too, there was a bit of a rounding. That's terrible drawing. Bit of a rounding bottom here as well. Okay. Notice here also a little bit of a rounding bottom. And this graph chart doesn't go farther than that. But anyways, 3 is enough. Whenever there was a vertical, there was a rounding bottom launching pad. Vertical. Rounding bottom launching pad, vertical. Now compare the size of this and this to this. It's like comparing a small pie plate to a very large dinner plate. What I'm trying to get, and I think you might already be getting this, what I'm trying to get at is that these are the launching pads for the vertical moves. This is the launching pad for a vertical move. And darn it, this is a launching pad of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.5 orders of the ones that came before it. Okay, so let's say this was, make it 8 times longer than this, either of them. Now I'm going to draw a line from the very bottom of this to where the vertical move stopped. Okay. Then I'm going to copy this. Now I'm going to shrink everything down. You know what? It's logarithmic. I forgot. It'll shrink automatically. Approximately. So when one fold, well, let me just do the price. I'm sorry, I could not get that picture to cooperate, but let me try one more time another way. Another way to measure the minimum price move is to measure it from the very bottom of this to here. Okay. It well exceeded the minimum move. Was a little more than the minimum move, at least from this perspective. And the price distance is, here I have to do the math because the logarithmic will shrink the line. Here is from 150 to 1205. And if you take that line, it pretty much met that so far, that minimum target. But it will well exceed it, in my opinion. And if this is going to be the launching pad, and we're going to get maybe a correction or whatever happens, there will always be a correction, look. And there will always be people who will panic at every little correction. What I'm trying to say is that just like there were vertical moves here after a rounding bottom, and this was like, wow, with such a small rounding bottom. Okay, same as here. But because this rounding bottom is so huge, 8 orders of magnitude of the ones that occurred previously. And on this one we saw $450 to $288. And if you draw a line across the top of the rounding bottoms on this one, we are about here, equivalent to this. We are about here, somewhere here. Okay. And then this one here, it did a correction and it went vertical again. So where we are here, right here, I think we are somewhere here. And if that's the case, I think we'll probably hit 9,000 or so, correct? And then go vertical. Now here too, I'm going to draw a white line across the top. We're about equivalent to here right now. In this scale, we're about equivalent to about here. There's a lot more to, there was a lot more to go on this one. So let's say we hit 9,000, 9,500, who knows, maybe 10,000. Then we do a correction. And from here, say we do a correction of some type. If your eyeballs are bulging out by now, I'm not surprised. And I don't think this may be done. I'm just saying it'll just go vertical. Look how huge this launch pad is. I don't think it'll stop here. Look how tiny this launch pad was, and look how huge the move was. Tiny launch pad, huge, big launch pad. For now, I'll keep it up, keep it to $170,000. You might be thinking, yeah, bullshit. In your freaking pipe dreams, hedging. I'm only putting out what I'm seeing on my analysis, and I'm sharing with you exactly how I'm arriving at this. And I'm not being defensive. I mean, if your eyes are bulging out, look, I offer no apologies. So once again, fractal, fractal. This fractal had a vertical move. This fractal had a vertical move. The size of these rounding bottom launch pads were minuscule, 1/8 of this huge freaking one. This huge saucer. And we haven't even started going vertical. Price escaped out of this bowl shape. We may go to 10,000 or so, 9,500. I really don't know what the exact number is. But we're going to go higher, correct, and then I think we'll go vertical. When I was looking at this myself, I was like, holy cow. I had not even considered this before a couple of days ago. And I think this is great. Wow. Now let me be a little more crazy. $3.6 million buckaroos. Everyone's been calling for a top on Bitcoin consistently. Now, I'm not saying this vertical is instantaneous. This could take a year or so. I don't know how long, really. All I'm saying is I'm trying to play out the fractal here. Maybe 2020, 2022. Timeline is irrelevant at this point because I don't know. I'm only looking at the pattern fractal. Rounding bottom, vertical. Rounding bottom, vertical. Huge rounding bottom. It's going to be a huge vertical. Nutty. Crazy. That's what people will be saying when they see this. I know it. Now let me show you, and I've already discussed this in the past before. Let me just show you this. We all know this chart of the tulip bulb mania. And I had said that mania goes vertical. I think it was somewhere either here or maybe here. I don't know for sure. But we're well past the beginning, really. Okay. And since 2009, 10, late 9 and 10, 7 years have passed. I think it was maybe here or here. Last time I thought we were here. But we may not be that advanced. Because we just escaped the saucer gravity. So if we're here, let's say, and we go vertical, and this was a 6, it went tenfold. I think Bitcoin has some fantastic vertical journey ahead of itself. Again, from here, forget these numbers for now. From here to wherever this may be for Bitcoin. We're going to see this, I think. Whether it'll go to $3.6 million or $30 million, I have not a freaking clue. I don't know about those specifics. I only know, I'm only trying right now, trying to project a direction of the price pathway. And along the way, there may be very scary crashes. That's a given. Just like to a lot of people, this correction was very scary. This correction was the scary one for many people. Every analyst I see now are calling, that's it for Bitcoin. The bubble's done. But I disagree. In the short term, I had shown this before and I'm going to show it. I think repetition is going to be key to drive home some of my points. Within the altcoin landscape, I am seeing 3 primary species of chart patterns. One is a bullish downward pointing symmetrical triangles. And these are beginning to pop up one at a time. The other one is the very bullish cup and handle species. Saw this blow up, explode on Zen. I believe Library Coin is going to be the next one. We're seeing double salsa cup and handles. And look how these are using these rounding bottoms as the launching pads. And the chalice of wealth itself will use this as a launching pad. Same as here. And then the third kind, third species, is the jaws of wealth. I mean, you saw what happened to Dash. Massive profits. And when altcoins are all setting up like crouching tigers to be so bullish, I find it extremely difficult to agree with any of the analysts out there calling for a top in the Bitcoin. And I think the analysts are currently hurting. H-E-R-D. They have a herd mentality where their group think, feels so convinced that Bitcoin just can't go up anymore. And herd mentality kills you quite often. I'm going to take the little gumption to go against that herd and walk the other way. Because my analysis shows prior fractals with vertical waves and this mother of all on a logarithmic scale saw surrounding bottom launch pad is about soon to do a job. I guess, and I hope, and I know I've wowed probably just about every one of you. And I am not insane. I'm quite sane of mind. Now, in this environment, even if it goes to just 500,000 or 200,000 or a million, maybe 10 million, the point is, as Bitcoin does this on the vertical scale, on the vertical phase, what do you think will be happening to the altcoins? Do you think that Digibyte, which is a penny, will remain a penny? I don't think so. And look at this beautiful big breakout. Do you think Library Coin, which broke out of this beautiful ABCDE triangle, will remain at 20 cents? I don't think so. Now, what guarantees there for this? None. Absolutely none. Zero. I offer zero guarantees. Never have, never will. I never can. But based on the preponderance of the chart pattern recognition, the vertical phase that will launch off this launch pad hasn't even really started yet. We're going to get here soon. What does that soon mean? Could be months, 8 months, 2 years. I don't know, but it's quick. How do I know that it'll be quick? Well, you should already know. In Elliott waves, cryptos has a personality trait, and that personality trait is called hurry up and wait. Look at this hurry up. This was a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and look at this long correction. This was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hurry up and long wait. Hurry up, wait. Hurry up, wait. Correction is done. We might get another minor correction here. And then people will say, oh, Bitcoin is dead, sky is falling. I'm not saying that. We haven't even seen the real vertical move yet. And once it starts, it'll be a show to behold. If you own 10 Bitcoins now, even if you own just 1 Bitcoin, but let's say you're also well diversified, that is the best way to set up a situation to catch this. Once it starts, oh my gosh, it'll be a sight to behold. Let's see what happens. I was holding this in for a while because I already have a few people coming up, especially on YouTube's, calling me certain names and what have you. And I came onto this fully expecting all that. I have a friend who's a well-known writer from whom I've learned a lot. And he said, no matter what you do, even if you haven't done anything wrong, if you write anything in public and people read it, there will be some out there who will just be out there just to destroy you. That's how some people are. But I'm here to help and do no harm. Anyone who wants to see if my analysis can possibly augment their due diligence, you're more than welcome to come and check my research, my evidence of performance in my blogs. But not only that, make an analysis request for free. You get a full detailed analysis for free. So let's think about this for a while. I'm sure newer and more developments will come out. And as always, I ask, as I say, I hope I have earned the right to ask for your consideration for your upvote. Follow and read streams. That really helps. That really helps the upvotes for the visibility. Because the visibility is the only way, whether you want to sell something or whether you want to help people, you have to gain visibility to be able to be found by those who want to be helped. All right. Have a great night.